Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Audiobook summary and review.
Life gets busy. Has Why We Sleep been on your reading list? Learn the key insights now. We're scratching the surface here. If you don't already have Matthew Walker's best-selling book on sleep science, get the audiobook for free using the link in the description or the StoryShots app to learn the juicy details.
Introduction.
How much do you value your sleep? If you're like most people today, probably not enough. In his eye-opening book, Why We Sleep, neuroscientist Matthew Walker reveals that we're in the midst of a silent sleep loss epidemic that's seriously damaging our health, shortening our lives, and even hurting the economy. Think about it. When was the last time you consistently got 8 hours of sleep? If you can't remember, you're not alone. The National Sleep Foundation confirms that 2/3 of adults in developed nations fail to get the recommended 8 hours of sleep. This isn't just making us tired, it's making us sick, affecting everything from our immune systems to our mental health. This Why We Sleep book summary covers the essential points to prepare you for the entire 368 pages. You'll discover why sleep is so crucial, what happens in your brain during different sleep stages, and how you can improve your sleep quality starting tonight.
This book is for you if
you regularly feel tired despite getting what you think is enough sleep. You want to understand why sleep matters for your health, memory, and emotions. You struggle with falling asleep or staying asleep through the night. You're looking for science-backed ways to improve your sleep quality. You want to perform better at work or school through better brain function. You're curious about dreams and what happens in your brain while you sleep.
About Matthew Walker.
Matthew Walker is an English scientist and professor of neuroscience and psychology at the University of California, Berkeley. As the founder and director of the Center for Human Sleep Science, he has dedicated his career to understanding how sleep affects human health and disease. Before joining UC Berkeley, Walker earned his PhD in neurophysiology from the Medical Research Council in London and served as a professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School. His groundbreaking research has been featured in numerous scientific journals, including Nature, Science, and The Lancet. As one of the world's leading sleep scientists, Walker regularly consults with organizations ranging from the NBA, NFL, and Pixar animation studios to government agencies about sleep's vital importance. Through his book and public advocacy, he aims to reverse society's dangerous dismissal of sleep as optional rather than essential.
StoryShot 1. The natural sleep-wake cycle regulates our daily functioning.
Many people fight against their natural sleep patterns, causing fatigue, poor performance, and health issues. Understanding how our internal 24-hour circadian rhythm works with sleep pressure to regulate sleep and wakefulness is key to better sleep. Our bodies operate on a 24-hour cycle called the circadian rhythm, which tells us when to sleep and when to be awake. This internal clock is regulated by a tiny region in our brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which responds primarily to light. When morning light enters your eyes, it triggers the production of cortisol and other hormones that make you feel alert and awake. As evening approaches and darkness falls, your brain produces melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time to sleep. As Walker explains, melatonin simply provides the official instruction to commence the event of sleep, but does not participate in the sleep race itself. This distinction is important. Melatonin tells your body when to sleep, but doesn't actually create sleep itself. But there's another process at work too. Throughout the day, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain. The longer you're awake, the more adenosine accumulates, creating what scientists call sleep pressure. This is why you feel increasingly tired the longer you stay awake. When you finally sleep, your body clears out the adenosine, resetting the system. Think of it like this. Your circadian rhythm is like the sun's position in the sky, while sleep pressure is like a balloon slowly inflating. Both need to be in the right state for healthy sleep to occur. According to Harvard Medical School's Division of Sleep Medicine, when these two systems get out of sync, like when you travel across time zones or work night shifts, your sleep suffers dramatically. Walker notes that for every day you are in a different time zone, your suprachiasmatic nucleus can only readjust by about 1 hour. This explains why jet lag can be so disruptive and why it takes several days to fully adjust to a new time zone.
Story shot 2. Sleep consists of different stages, each serving unique functions.
Many people think of sleep as just turning off, missing the complex processes happening in different sleep stages. Sleep consists of distinct stages, NREM and REM, each serving vital functions for mental and physical health. Sleep isn't just one state, it's a complex cycle of different stages. The two main types are non-rapid eye movement, NREM, sleep, and rapid eye movement, REM, sleep. NREM sleep has 3 stages. Stage 1, light sleep, where you drift in and out of consciousness. Stage 2, your heart rate slows and body temperature drops. Stage 3, deep sleep, where your body repairs tissues, strengthens immunity, and processes memories. REM sleep is when most dreaming occurs. During this stage, your brain is almost as active as when you're awake, but your body is temporarily paralyzed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. This is when your brain processes emotional experiences and enhances creativity. Throughout the night, you cycle through these stages about every 90 minutes, with more NREM sleep in the first half of the night and more REM sleep in the second half. This is why sleeping just 6 hours instead of 8 doesn't simply reduce your sleep by 25%. It can cut your crucial REM sleep by 60 to 90%. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine explains how each sleep stage contributes to different aspects of restoration and health. Similar to how Atomic Habits shows the compound effect of small actions, getting enough quality sleep creates compound benefits for your health and well-being. Missing out on any stage creates specific deficits in your mental and physical functioning.
Story shot 3. Sleep deprivation devastates physical health.
People underestimate how severely lack of sleep damages physical health, seeing it merely as causing tiredness. Research shows sleep loss dramatically increases risk for serious diseases, including cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and more. The sleep deprivation effects documented in the book include impaired cognition, weakened immunity, and increased disease risk. Walker doesn't mince words when he states, routinely sleeping less than 6 or 7 hours a night demolishes your immune system, more than doubling your risk of cancer. This stark warning highlights just how critical adequate sleep is for our physical well-being. Here are some shocking facts about sleep loss and physical health. Adults 45 plus who sleep less than 6 hours a night are 200% more likely to have a heart attack or stroke during their lifetime compared to those sleeping 7 to 8 hours. Just 1 night of 4 hours of sleep reduces natural killer cell activity, your body's first line of defense against cancer, by 70%. Men who sleep 5 hours or less have significantly smaller testicles than those who sleep 7 hours or more. And the testosterone level of a well-rested 80-year-old exceeds that of a sleep-deprived 30-year-old. After just 1 night of 4 hours of sleep, your body becomes 40% less able to make insulin, instantly throwing you into a pre-diabetic state. Research from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention backs these findings about sleep's impact on chronic disease risk. The National Institutes of Health has found that sleep deficiency is linked to many chronic health problems, including heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, obesity, and depression. Have you ever noticed how easily you catch colds when you're sleep deprived? That's because sleep loss suppresses your immune system dramatically. In one study, people who slept only 6 hours a night for 1 week showed a 50% drop in antibody response to a flu vaccine compared to those who slept normally. The evidence is so strong that the World Health Organization has classified nighttime shift work as a probable carcinogen, a cause for cancer. Sleeping less than 6 hours a night is a form of self-inflicted harm that damages every system in your body. Have you experienced getting sick more often during periods of poor sleep? Share your experience in the comments below or tag us at StoryShots with #SleepHealth.
StoryShot 4: Sleep loss impairs mental health and cognitive function.
Many people sacrifice sleep to work more, study longer, or have more leisure time, not realizing this undermines the very goals they're pursuing. Research shows sleep is essential for attention, memory, learning, emotional regulation, and mental health. Sleep deprivation doesn't just hurt your body, it devastates your brain. Even modest reductions in sleep can dramatically impair memory, learning, decision-making, and emotional regulation. After just one night of poor sleep, your ability to concentrate drops by 32%. Your working memory, the mental workspace where you hold and manipulate information, becomes severely limited. This is why sleep-deprived students perform worse on exams despite studying more hours. The emotional brain goes haywire without adequate sleep. The amygdala, your brain's emotional center, becomes 60% more reactive without proper sleep, while the rational prefrontal cortex becomes less active. This creates a perfect storm for emotional overreactions, anxiety, and depression. According to the Sleep Research Society, sleep loss impacts emotional regulation in ways similar to what emotional intelligence describes as crucial for mental well-being. In fact, every major psychiatric condition is linked to sleep disruption, including depression, anxiety, PTSD, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. It's often a two-way street. Poor sleep worsens mental health, and mental health problems disrupt sleep. Perhaps most concerning is the link between sleep loss and Alzheimer's disease. During deep sleep, your brain clears out toxic proteins like beta amyloid that build up during wakefulness. Without enough deep sleep, these proteins accumulate, potentially leading to Alzheimer's. Studies show that just one night of sleep deprivation increases beta amyloid levels by 25 to 30%. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's a biological necessity for cognitive function and mental health.
StoryShot 5: Dreams serve critical functions for emotional health and creativity.
Most people view dreams as random, meaningless experiences, missing their crucial role in mental processing. Dreams during REM sleep process emotional experiences, diffuse painful memories, and enhance creative problem-solving. Dreams aren't just random hallucinations. They're a vital part of your mental health maintenance. During REM sleep, when most dreaming occurs, your brain processes emotional experiences, diffuses painful memories, and enhances creative problem-solving. REM sleep functions as overnight therapy. During this dream state, the brain activates emotional memories while temporarily shutting off noradrenaline, a stress-related chemical. This unique brain state allows you to process difficult experiences without the overwhelming stress response, helping you wake up feeling emotionally refreshed. This explains why sleep on it is such good advice for emotional problems. In one study, participants who slept after viewing emotional images showed a 60% reduction in emotional reactivity compared to those who stayed awake. Dreams also boost creativity by forming connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. The creative problem-solving that happens during dreams relates to concepts in deep work, about giving your brain space for breakthrough thinking. Many scientific breakthroughs came through dreams, from Einstein's theory of relativity to the discovery of the periodic table. Have you ever gone to bed stuck on a problem only to wake up with a solution? This isn't coincidence. During REM sleep, your brain makes connections between distant pieces of knowledge that your waking mind might miss. Studies show that people are 30 to 40% more likely to solve difficult problems after REM sleep. Dreams provide a kind of informational alchemy, transforming raw emotional experiences into wisdom and creative insights. This is why dream sleep becomes more important during times of emotional turmoil or when you're learning complex new information. Dreams are not the byproduct of sleep, but rather its purpose, nature's best attempt at emotional first aid. Matthew Walker.
StoryShot 6. Sleep patterns change throughout life for important reasons.
Sleep challenges at different life stages, teens, pregnancy, aging, are often misunderstood or dismissed as character flaws. Understanding that sleep patterns naturally change throughout life stages due to biological needs and changes helps us support better sleep health. Sleep isn't the same across your lifespan. It changes dramatically from infancy to old age, and for good reason. Understanding these changes helps explain many age-related phenomena. Babies spend about 50% of their sleep in REM, compared to adults 20 to 25%. This massive amount of dream sleep helps their rapidly developing brains form trillions of neural connections. By age 5, children have already spent more time in REM sleep than their parents will in their entire lives. During adolescence, biological sleep timing shifts later by about 2 hours. This isn't laziness or rebellion. It's a programmed biological change. Teenagers literally can't fall asleep early, yet we force them to wake up for early school start times, creating chronic sleep deprivation that affects their education, mental health, and even driving safety. As we age, sleep quality typically declines. Older adults experience less deep NREM sleep and more fragmented sleep overall. This isn't because they need less sleep. They still need 7 to 8 hours, but because their sleep-generating mechanisms weaken. This decline in deep sleep may contribute to memory problems and cognitive decline in aging. The Stanford Center for Sleep Sciences and Medicine has extensively researched how sleep patterns evolve throughout life. Many senior moments blamed on aging are actually symptoms of poor sleep. Improving sleep in older adults can significantly enhance memory and cognitive function. Pregnancy also dramatically alters sleep patterns, with many women experiencing insomnia and daytime fatigue. This isn't just uncomfortable. Inadequate sleep during pregnancy increases the risk of complications like preeclampsia and longer labor. Understanding how sleep changes throughout life helps us adapt our environments and expectations to support healthy sleep at every age.
StoryShot 7. Modern society has created a catastrophic sleep loss epidemic.
Modern society is designed to disrupt sleep through lighting, technology, work schedules, and cultural attitudes. Recognizing how societal factors undermine sleep is the first step toward both personal and social change. Our modern world is perfectly designed to disrupt sleep, creating the most sleep-deprived era in human history. Electric light has extended our waking hours far beyond sunset, confusing our circadian rhythms. The blue light from screens is particularly problematic, suppressing melatonin production by 50% and delaying sleep onset by hours in some cases. Our work culture glorifies sleeplessness as a badge of honor. Leaders and celebrities boast about sleeping just 4 to 5 hours, sending the dangerous message that sleep is for the weak. In reality, sleep loss costs the U.S. economy over $400 billion annually in lost productivity, healthcare costs, and accidents. Just as digital minimalism advocates for intentional technology use, we need to be intentional about protecting our sleep from modern disruptions. The 24/7 economy demands shift work from about 20% of the workforce. This forced circadian disruption increases risks for cancer, diabetes, obesity, and heart disease so significantly that shift workers have shorter lifespans on average. The Rand Corporation's research on the economic costs of insufficient sleep underscores the societal impact of our sleep crisis. Even our schools contribute to the problem. Early start times force teenagers to wake up hours before their biological clocks are ready, creating chronic sleep deprivation that affects academic performance, mental health, and even increases car accidents among teen drivers. We need a sleep revolution, a fundamental shift in how we view and prioritize sleep. This includes later school start times, workplace nap pods, and public health campaigns about sleep's importance. The good news? Small policy changes can have big effects. When schools have delayed start times, student grades improve, depression rates drop, and car accidents decrease by 70%. When companies implement sleep-friendly policies, productivity and creativity increase while healthcare costs drop. How much do the attitudes in your workplace or school value or devalue healthy sleep? What small changes could make a difference? Share your thoughts in the comments below or tag us on Instagram at StoryShots with the hashtag #SleepRevolution to join the conversation.
StoryShot 8. Practical strategies can dramatically improve your sleep.
Many people struggle with poor sleep but don't know practical, science-backed ways to improve it. Simple, research-proven strategies can significantly enhance sleep quality without medication. Despite the challenges of modern life, you can take concrete steps to improve your sleep quality starting tonight. First, maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This regularity helps set your circadian rhythm and improves sleep quality. Your body craves consistency. Keep your bedroom cool around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. 18.3 degrees Celsius is ideal for most people. Your body temperature needs to drop to initiate sleep, and a cool room helps this process. Think of how easily you fall asleep in a cool room versus a hot one. Create a dark sleeping environment. Use blackout curtains if necessary, and remove all LED lights from electronics. Even the small light from a TV standby mode can disrupt melatonin production. Avoid caffeine after noon and alcohol within 3 hours of bedtime. Remember, both substances remain in your system for hours, disrupting sleep architecture even if you fall asleep easily. Establish a relaxing pre-sleep routine. This might include reading, not on a screen, gentle stretching, or meditation. This signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. If you can't fall asleep within 20 minutes, don't stay in bed tossing and turning. Get up, go to another room, and do something relaxing in dim light until you feel sleepy. This prevents your brain from associating your bed with wakefulness. The Society of Behavioral Sleep Medicine recommends cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI oversleeping pills for chronic sleep problems. This approach addresses the underlying causes of insomnia and has better long-term outcomes without side effects. If you travel frequently across time zones, remember Walker's insight that for every day you are in a different time zone, your suprachiasmatic nucleus can only readjust by about 1 hour. This means you should plan accordingly. If you're traveling across 6 time zones, expect about 6 days for complete adjustment. To help this process, immediately adopt the local schedule for meals and sleep, and get plenty of natural light exposure during daylight hours in your new location. Creating systems for better sleep follows principles from The Power of Habit about establishing cues, routines, and rewards.
Implementation Guide. Sleep better, starting tonight. Today, 5-minute actions.
Set a consistent bedtime and wake-up alarm for every day this week, even weekends. Your body loves routine. Make your bedroom a sleep cave. Cover LED lights with tape, use blackout curtains or an eye mask, and set the temperature to around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius if possible. Create a worry list before bed. Write down anything stressing you out and one small step you could take tomorrow to address each item. This helps quiet your mind. Put your phone in another room or at least across the room, and buy an old-fashioned alarm clock instead. This simple change can dramatically improve your sleep.
This week, 15-minute actions.
Track your caffeine cutoff time. Stop all caffeine, coffee, tea, soda, chocolate, at least 10 hours before bedtime. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours, meaning half is still in your system that many hours later. Create a 30-minute wind-down routine. This might include dimming lights, reading a physical book, not on a screen. Taking a warm shower, it helps your body temperature drop afterward, which triggers sleep. Gentle stretching or deep breathing. Expose yourself to bright light within 30 minutes of waking up. Go outside or sit by a bright window while having breakfast. This helps set your body clock. Remove alcohol from your evening routine for 1 week and note any changes in your sleep quality. Despite making you drowsy, alcohol severely disrupts sleep quality. What's one sleep habit from this guide you could start tonight? Take a photo of your sleep environment improvements and tag us on Twitter at StoryShots with hashtag #BetterSleepStartsTonight for a chance to be featured in our next sleep science post.
Final summary and review of Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker.
Sleep follows a natural 24-hour cycle controlled by your internal body clock and a chemical called adenosine that builds up during the day. This explains why you feel more tired the longer you stay awake. As Walker explains, melatonin signals when sleep should begin, but doesn't actually create sleep itself. Your sleep consists of different stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM, dream sleep. Each stage serves different purposes, from memory storage to emotional processing. Missing any stage creates specific problems for your brain and body. Not getting enough sleep seriously harms your physical health. Walker warns that routinely sleeping less than 6 or 7 hours a night demolishes your immune system and more than doubles your cancer risk. Even 1 night of poor sleep reduces your body's ability to fight illness. Sleep loss also damages your mental health and thinking abilities. It makes your emotional brain more reactive while reducing your rational brain's control. This is why you might feel more irritable or anxious after a bad night's sleep. Dreams aren't just random images. They help process emotions and boost creativity. During REM sleep, your brain makes connections between ideas that your waking mind might miss. This explains why solutions often come to you after sleeping on a problem. Our modern world creates perfect conditions for poor sleep. From artificial light and screen time to work schedules that ignore our biological needs. When traveling across time zones, remember that your body can only adjust by about 1 hour per day, so plan accordingly. Fortunately, you can improve your sleep by following practical strategies like keeping a consistent schedule, creating a cool, dark sleeping environment, and establishing a relaxing pre-sleep routine.
Rating.
We rate Why We Sleep 4.6 out of 5. How would you rate Matthew Walker's book based on this summary?
Related books on the StoryShots app and podcast.
Sleep Smarter by Sean Stevenson. This book focuses specifically on sleep optimization strategies and the science behind better sleep quality. The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss contains extensive sections on sleep optimization, tracking sleep cycles, and biohacking sleep for better recovery and performance. Good Energy by Dr. Casey Means explores metabolic health and energy optimization, which are directly connected to sleep quality and circadian rhythms. The Oxygen Advantage by Patrick G. McKeown focuses on breathing techniques that can improve sleep quality and recovery, complementing Walker's sleep science. The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. While about morning routines, it emphasizes the importance of proper sleep timing and circadian rhythm optimization. Lifespan by David Sinclair discusses how sleep affects aging and longevity, directly connecting to Walker's findings about sleep's impact on health and disease prevention. Deep Work by Cal Newport explores cognitive performance optimization, which is directly impacted by sleep quality, as Walker demonstrates. Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi examines optimal mental states, which require the cognitive clarity that comes from proper sleep. Ultra Learning by Scott H. Young focuses on learning optimization, which Walker shows is heavily dependent on sleep for memory consolidation.
Which book should we add next? Suggest and vote it up using the Vote for New Book survey under the settings screen in the StoryShots app.